Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norvell. This edition's top stories. The World Bank lauds the Government of Saint Lucia's people-focused development agenda. UNESCO supports efforts to close gender disparity gaps in Saint Lucia. And the nation is challenged to eat fresh in observance of World Food Day. The Government of Saint Lucia has been lauded for placing focus on the development of the people by the World Bank. A high-level team this week wrapped up talks with Prime Minister the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, the Cabinet of Ministers and staff of the Ministry of Finance. The World Bank's country director for Caribbean countries says she is impressed with the government's agenda to improve the quality of life, education, health, and ultimately create social inclusion. The World Bank official says this is fully in line with the institution's main goal of reducing poverty and realizing shared prosperity amongst all peoples.
We had very productive meetings with the Prime Minister and the Cabinet on how we are going to partner together on implement a program that focuses on improving the economic outcomes in the country, on creating opportunities for people and in particular for youth, in addressing the main bottlenecks that will once removed will allow the country to improve the future development, but also how we can work together on further dealing with the COVID pandemic and with helping with the vaccines and improving the overall health system in the country.
The meetings also covered strengthening St. Lucia's resilience against climate change and diversifying the economy,
such as developing the blue economy, looking into the opportunities in agriculture, looking into opportunities in the digital economy, creative industries, but also modernizing the tourism, because this is a sector that has been the breadwinner for many people and for the economy in Saint Lucia. And this sector can probably be even further transformed. First of all, it needs to recover from the COVID pandemic, but further transformed to become more modern and attract even more tourists to come and see your beautiful island and to enjoy the beautiful nature, the beautiful food, and also the beautiful hospitality of the people of Saint Lucia.
A UNESCO donation of some $18,000 to the gender and education sections of the government has marked the official start of a project which seeks to explore gender disparities in education in Saint Lucia and make policy recommendations to close any existing gaps. Chris Satney has more in this report.
The project is known as the Gender Dynamics in Academic Attainment of School-Aged Children in St. Lucia before and during COVID-19 and has as its main objectives to compare the academic performance of male primary school children with that of their female counterparts and to explore the extent to which there are gender disparities in the instruction, assessment, and discipline of primary school students within the education system. The project, according to Secretary General of the National Commission for UNESCO, Marcia Symphorian, compares gender differences in performance of school-aged children in face-to-face and remote instructional learning settings and provide policy and future research recommendations to close any gap in educational attainment within the country.
Within the sphere of education, much of the gender-related intervention, or rather gender-based intervention, have focused on increasing girls' access to education. In several member states, this remains a major obstacle to achieving SDG 4 and the attainment of education for all. However, increasingly, UNESCO is recognizing the specific challenges experienced by a number of member states as it relates to boys' performance and boys' education in general. In particular, issues of high levels of absenteeism, dropout rates, and overall academic performance.
Minister with responsibility for gender relations, Honorable Virginia Albert Poyet, who was an educator by profession, says gender inequality remains one of the greatest threats to sustainable development. She highlighted male underachievement as a very disturbing concept requiring well-grounded research that is open and asks the right questions, while at the same time noting the plight of women facing increasing rates of unemployment during the COVID pandemic.
Because we have an economy that is heavily dependent on tourism, and that is where the majority of girls and women are employed, and that has dealt a devastating blow to employment for women. We have vested interest in understanding male academic attainment in our current context, given prevailing gender stereotypes in education and the traditional gender-blind educational curricula, assessment and disciplinary practices in our educational institutions. We cannot ignore the conversation in the broader context of the growing male population in our prisons and the loss of our young men to violence and suicide.
The expected target groups include primary school boys and girls from grades 4 and 6, primary school teachers and principals in 4 educational districts, and the top 2019 Common Entrance Examination results placings in selected districts. Permanent Secretary in the Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training, Michelle Charles, says no child should be left behind and that the policies and the programs that administer education in St. Lucia must reflect that in ensuring there is equal opportunity and nurturing for both male and female students.
Of note is the fact that the achievement of girls at national and regional examinations has improved over the years. This is an accomplishment worth celebrating. As we recognize the improved performance of our girls, we lament the lower than normal attainment of our boys. This is cause for concern. It pleases me, therefore, to be part of an initiative that seeks to probe and present causes and possible recommendations for addressing that issue.
The project is one of 4 programs granted funding this current biennium under the UNESCO Participation Program. The project will run from October 2021 to February of 2022. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training, I am Chris Satney reporting.
Commencing Monday, 11th October 2021, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development will be hosting several activities leading up to the observance of World Food Day on the 16th of October. More from Miguel Morissette.
World Food Day is observed annually to raise awareness of the issues surrounding poverty and hunger. This year's observance will be held under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, A Better Environment, and A Better Life. Philip Sidney is the chairman of the World Food Day Committee.
St. Lucia joins the rest of the world in commemorating World Food Day every year on October 16th. This was an initiative of the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, established in 1945 with the main objective to alleviate hunger by the year 2030.
The week-long program of activities to commemorate World Food Day is geared at increasing accessibility to healthy foods and alleviating hunger among the unfortunate.
In order to keep with the mantra of the ministry, which is Eat Fresh, St. Lucia's Best, we are encouraging St. Lucians to consume, as from Monday next week, all that is grown in St. Lucia, which is ours and which is healthy. So World Food Day is tailored in that regard. So from Monday, we are expecting even the Cabinet of Ministers to get themselves occupied in that regard. On Wednesday, I would like you all to remember we are having a panel discussion on television, Agriculture on the Move, featuring the theme of World Food Day, which I discussed earlier. On Thursday is going to be a radio program discussing the theme again. And on Friday, there are going to be two activities. As I said earlier, there is alleviation of hunger around the world, and St. Lucia is also included in that regard. So we are partnering with the Feed the Poor Ministry, which is organized by Gaspar Henry in St. Lucia over the years, and we got the Taiwanese government to fund the feeding of 100 needy persons on Friday in the town hall. Next to the town hall on Constitution Park, there's going to be a farmer's market. And that farmer market entails farmers from around the island showcasing what fresh produce that they are growing using our 7-crop project that is organized for the past 3 years. In addition to that, we're going to have agro-processors showcasing added value to the produce that they produce on the farm, and this is what we are asking St. Lucians to do in order to create some investment within the locality. So on Friday, that is going to be showcased in the Constitution Park, starting from 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development is receiving support from the Taiwanese Technical Mission and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in hosting the World Food Day 2021 week of activities. From the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Miguel Morissette reporting.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs continues to assist patients of non-communicable diseases with the management of their conditions at home. Hamadi Mark has the latest.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs is drawing focus to the importance of cardiovascular care and mitigating risk factors in people living with non-communicable diseases. A primary tool utilized by the ministry to promote cardiovascular health is the HOTS technical package. Dr. Shana Sear explains the functions of the program.
The HOTS technical package, a module of the Global HOTS initiative, provides a framework for implementing the integrated management of non-communicable diseases through cost-effective interventions. The HOTS technical package, through strong political will, was first implemented in 6 sites in 2020 and has been expanded to include 2 new sites in 2021. Over the past 20 months, and despite the many challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, tremendous effort has been placed in assessing and improving the implementation and success of HOTS in St. Lucia.
Through the HOTS technical package, the ministry has introduced the Chronic Care Passport, designed to empower individuals living with chronic diseases and enable them to play an active role in their health care. Principal Information Officer with the Denry Hospital, Yolanda Alcindor, provides insight into the Chronic Care Passport.
This booklet is used as an educational tool for the healthcare workers, persons living with chronic conditions, and their families. It helps individuals to self-manage their chronic condition. The passport is very colorful and interactive. Some of the topics addressed in the passport are what to expect at each visit, healthy eating, physical activity, food care, how to manage diabetes and hypertension, what tests are to be done and how often, the normal values of blood tests, example, blood sugar, cholesterol, etc. It allowed individuals to also record their glucose level and hypertension, high blood pressure recordings when done at home, and individuals can set goals and compare how they are doing with the normal values.
The Ministry of Health recently held the HOTS Awards. The ceremony recognized the diligent work of healthcare workers at St. Lucia's HOTS sites and promoted the use of the chronic care passports. The awards were judged based on blood pressure control at the sites during a 12-month period in 2020. The Babano Wellness Center received the highest total score. The highest average blood pressure control, first, second, and third places were awarded to Iktangs Wellness Center, Lafag Wellness Center, and Tiroshe Miku Wellness Center, respectively. Lacroix Health Center received the Most Improved Award. From the Government Information Service, I'm Humadi Mark, reporting.
This is NTN Nightly. Primus Hutchinson is up next. Stay with us.
I got the COVID-19 vaccine to safely return to my dance class.
I wanted the vaccine because I really missed being at school.
I got vaccinated so that I can go visit my grandparents without having to worry about them getting ill.
I asked my mom to be vaccinated after reading and realizing this was the best way to keep my family and friends protected.
We all look forward to doing the things we love once more. The COVID-19 vaccine gives us this hope.
The vaccine is protecting us
and will protect you too.
Vaccinate. For you, for yours, for us.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle à Créole.
Monsieur Janelle, Monsieur, Madame, Département qui est responsabilité pour information, Gouvernement Saint Lucia, ça c'est GIS, Assemblée de télévision nationale PA, NTN, qui a présenté Nouvelle à Créole, présenté Primus Hutchinson. Ministre qui est responsabilité pour faire Kaya Saint Lucia, Honorable Richard Frederick, déclaré que c'est seulement moun qui plus ni besoin support qui a trouvé assistance à bas programme assistance pour Kaya que le gouvernement présenté officiellement mercredi passé devant une cérémonie en centre financier en Pointe-Sarafin. Selon Honorable Frederick, il est vraiment impossible pour ça capable pour assister tout le monde qui a besoin de grande assistance là. Alors, ce gouvernement est particulièrement ministère qui fait, c'est pour examiner ces situations qui sont plus graves au niveau du pays là, avant de commencer un programme d'assistance qui est là.
Nous avons fait un assessment c'est ça qui est plus brisant. Nous descendons sous fouiller et nous avons 20 cas. Et 5 really brisant. Nous avons travaillé les 5 ça là avant nous déléguer ça. So ça nous avons fait premier one, c'est cas là qui a été en plus mauvaise condition. C'est yo nous try aider avant et comment est vient primaire because c'est un programme historique nous pas jamais ni sans Saint Lucia c'est premier fois qu'a fait mais nous avons demandé Bodier pour aider nous joindre l'argent pour continuer qualité programme ça là pour nous mener a sense of appreciation pour lever manière mon ka vivre à Saint Lucia.
Programme assistance pour Kai, c'est un qui a fait en bas pour le gouvernement Taïwan qui fait possible par l'argent prêté en hauteur de $4 millions américains. Les membres de la fédération, les syndicats et union, cette liste j'ai entré dans un argument et puis le gouvernement cette liste pour chaîne haussement paiement salaire et l'autre bénéfice derrière toujours au résultat de maladie corona. Expressement, manière capacité à son économie cette ci et habilité pour le gouvernement à amasser l'argent. Argument ça là trouvé signé par tous ces représentatifs, ces syndicats ça là, aussi fédération le 22 juillet 2021. Fédération a été trouvée représentée par le président Julian Monrose et gagne négociation gouvernement avec la représentation Van Gill. Ils sont d'accord pour payer un haussement salaire en hauteur de 1,0% que le gouvernement doit les officiers des services publics commencer à Guadion pour 2018 et ça c'est pour le mois d'avril 2020. Le gouvernement a demandé pour envoyer paiement salaire pour le mois d'avril 2022. Ça c'est l'année prochaine. Ils sont aussi d'accord pour payer tout l'argent qui est supposé déjà payer en passé à une grosse somme en mois de décembre l'année 2020. Ce parti a aussi décidé que le paiement de 2,0% en haussement salaire que le gouvernement doit les officiers qui ont Guadion pour 18 depuis avril 2021 pour ça envoyer paiement salaire pour le mois de mars 2023. Argument aussi qu'a fait provision pour tirer 100% taxe à ce paiement tout ces haussements salaires. Argument salaire pour envoyer haussement salaire pas qu'à replacer argument à le gouvernement et c'est union qui présentement en place avec l'autre qui ni association et puis fédération union Saint Lucia pour période 2019 pour 2002 à contraire et qu'a détaillé ces implémentations des provisions qui en place pour payer ces haussements salaire. Département agriculture, la pêche, ressources naturelles et coopératifs qu'a informé les membres publics qui saison pour pêcher tortille en mer ouvert depuis le 1er en mois d'octobre pour vendredi le 31 décembre 2021. Et tout service pour vendre et bien pour pêcher tortille en mer ni pour bout à minuit le 31 décembre 2021. Alors, il a informé les pêcheurs et le public là généralement qui saison pour pêcher et poursuivre et obéir toutes ces régulations qui a trouvé en bas ces législations ça là et aussi n'importe monde qui a les contre ces conditions ça là qui ni pour payer $5,000. Plus de ça, le département agricole là avec la pêche qui a plaidé le public là concernant n'importe monde qui a trouvé qu'à casser ces règles ça là pour qu'à pas perdre la cap et faire police marin eh bien code garde qui plus pour aussi division qui est responsable pour vol les animaux dans oui eh bien département la pêche qui a aussi conduit activité au Léon Saint Lucie pour ça trouver information à ce monde qui a pêché tortille et qui travaille et puis police et l'autre agence pour faire assurer que monde obéissent aux régulations ça là pour plus d'informations concernant pêche tortille on ça fait contact et puis département la pêche à l'IMO 468-4135, eh bien 468-4143, eh bien 725-1722. Et c'est comme ça notre nouvelle, monsieur, madame. Je vous remercie autant pour regarder mon bonne invitation. Pour venir puis moi encore, si Dieu conserve la vie, je vais poser l'autre nouvelle en créole. Je vous souhaite tout le monde un bon finissement de semaine et comme toujours cadeau pour toute précaution contre maladie corona. Et ça c'est pour moi vie pour cette général.
Merci, Appeal Primus. We now take a look at the weather.
Forecast for Saint Lucia valid for the next 24 hours. Partly cloudy to cloudy and very hazy, with a few scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Persons with respiratory ailments and dust allergies are advised to take the necessary precaution as Saharan dust affects the region. Seas moderate to locally rough with waves and northerly swells 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2.1 meters. Small craft operators and sea wavers are advised to exercise extreme caution due to reduced visibility and above normal sea swells. Moist and unstable conditions enhanced by an upper-level trough system will continue to cause cloudiness, showers and thunderstorms, mainly over the southern half of the Eastern Caribbean region during the next 24 hours. A surface trough located to the east of the Lesser Antilles is drifting westward and is expected to affect our region from Saturday afternoon into Sunday. A tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 20 miles per hour or 31 kilometers per hour.
That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.